was brutal. It wasn't fun. But RSG can at least kind of, you know, I hope just reset and come back stronger, particularly given that they've gone for more comfort picks here.
Yes. And one thing is, it's not too tired losing like that. Instead of, you know, 55 minutes in, and then just one small mistake you made, and then can actually sometimes cause arguing in the team.
Yeah, I mean, based on everything we've seen and heard from RSG, playing the boot camp, everyone together, it seems like team morale and, you know, they've got the whole, like, team environment really in a good place. So to me, they're not a team that's likely to get too tilted or thrown off, or, like you say, kind of team that's going to start fighting or blaming each other after a loss. It's a lot easier to resolve problems when you're in person and you have, like, a good management plus coach around you.
True, yeah, very professional. The way they do organizing the team. All right, let's see if they can get a good results on this one. Lanes looking pretty better for team RSG. But hey, still getting harassed as usual by Skip.
Yep.
I love the hero, man. Warlock. The range, the animations are really fast, and just love harassing people. But I'm just not good at killing them.
What are these creeps doing here? Just chilling in the river? Yeah. 2 creep waves just meeting somewhere totally unexpected.
Yeah, red wounds.
Yep. I'll see if Enchantress helps to grab any creeps anytime soon. There you go, over the mid lane. Yopaj, a Void Spirit. Not maybe as famous as Ember, but he does pull it out every now and then. It's going to be up against the Ember. I'll bet you'll learn.
He pulled Ember in for the first time, but hey, he might get burned there. Okay.
Learn didn't want to try and chase him. He had the Fairy Fire. Without Fairy Fire, you could maybe chase him down with a Flame Guard, but Excellent, putting a lot of pressure on. Pretty even so far in terms of CS. Yopaj really needs to get his ball out, and ooh, if that Searing Chains landed, it may have been close to a kill, or at least it forces Fairy Fire.
Maybe this is the reason why I can't play mid. You gotta be really brave to play in such a low HP situation. I can't. I always have my HP green, yeah.
Yeah, if it's not green, go back to Fountain.
It's green.
I'm gonna go heal. That's whenever I teach the new people, like, I've had friends who learn how to play Dota, they always want to go back to Fountain as soon as they, like, get half health. It's like, no, you're fine, just stay here, you're good. Use your career, bring some tangos.
But sometimes you might be like overload and then explode. And then when you teach new people and after they lost the first day and they're just gone. Yeah. To be careful with that, man.
And then they come back a few days later playing Meepo with 90% win rate, you know? I'm like, oh, you're suddenly got very good at Dota. What's going on?
Meanwhile, in the middle.
Much more even lane. I mean, we're early days. A lot can change. Like 3 minutes in, like could suddenly see some kills. But no one's like last game, like minute 3. The supports of Boom were zoning at RSG. Like their supports at least from the lane and getting kills. So if anything, it's RSG who have an advantage. You can see 1,000 gold lead just reached. So farm wise, they're getting a bit more out of these lanes so far.
It looks like I still enjoy this kind of Dota more, like the slow pace, get the farm first until everyone's ready and go into the 5v5 fight, because from what I've seen from their matches, they're so good in the team communication and you know, in big team fight, really on point. But last game, what happened is Boom didn't even give a chance to go for the big fight. They always keep, you know, skirmishing 1 hero, 2 heroes until they are everywhere, and their map is under control by Boom. So hopefully they can do it better this one.
Yeah, well, see what the plan's going to be. RSG, to me, they're this team that, you know, they're not going to go out guns blazing in the lanes, but they're usually not picking these, like, greedy hard carries as much. Outside of the occasional maybe TB game, they like to play these more aggressive, fast-paced carries.
Yes, Spirit Fight, it will be super entertaining.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice force back, but Excellent still doing some good damage here. Accidentally drew the tower aggro, so we'll get pushed back.
Oh. Goodness.
where
Okay,
Yopaj is
top.
probably asking his supports like, anyone want to, you know, go feed? Give me a bottle refill, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Still on a hunt for Roger. You
Radiant's
dive
top
in.
tower is
Gonna
under
watch
attack.
the barrier assault too.
he's in troops involved early.
In, and keep going in for MKS. He really wants it badly. FBC still hanging around trying to stall somebody. Teleport down. It's gonna be the Void Spirit to rotate to top lane for the first time. Can they kill? They already lost their core, but they got a trade back. Yopaj finish off MKS, and they might get 2-2. Hymns, barrier assault, pull it back. That was almost a double kill.
Radiant's top tower is
He's
under
still
attack.
alive and
Damn it,
healing.
no.
Yopaj is out of mana.
Oh, okay. Okay, excellent. Take turns. Keep moving in.
He's here take a long time to bring down.
Come on, man. Oh, digging in the pit. Did he do it?
Middle tower
No!
is under attack.
Oh, we got the ring. That's so big. Oh, come on.
Excellent. I don't think Yopaj will get back to his tower here, but these power runes for mid laners, like no one was fighting it. Because the fight was already happening, the supports didn't really rotate to secure the rune because they'll rotate for the fight. I think Zhao Bonbon was at the bottom maybe for 6 minutes, but that was a really good sequence, I think, for RSG. They got the first blood, even though Ursa ends up dying. Getting the first blood up top, and you know, a Void Spirit rotation means he's not following mid.
Oh, and that's gonna be the first kill. Yopaj down.
Yeah.
Was slashed down by Excellent too. That's the big thing. And now he's going for more. Setting up the power cox, barrier assault, trying everything to stay alive from this one. Oh no, Excellent. Gonna be easy kill for him. Flying Guardian, slide of this searing chain already.
Honestly, completely different game. This time around, it's Zhao Bonbon on the 4 position, playing that active 4 role that we saw Tim's doing on the Mirana. They're pressuring mid now. Enchantress coming in with the creep. Getting that, you know, bonus tower damage in, and
Radiant structure.
Excellent just did a quick little TP trip home to refill his bottle, get his health and mana back, and they're ready to keep applying pressure here. RSG with a fantastic early game.
Yeah.
Bit of a role reversal.
Yeah. Enchantress in the Southeast Asia DPC is one of the highest win rate hero too. Now diving in. Light on base. Light guard fire remnant. He will be back defending. Oh, okay. This time around it might be Roger, but Roger's so hard to take it down.
Enchantress things. He'll
Oh, come on.
so fast, and with the heals, plus Fluffy have some health from one.
True. I still remember your Enchantress.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened. It's the deep fakes.
Alright. No damage picking up by him. But two guys were stopped by the searing chains. Him setting out the power box. He seems a little bit misplaced in this game around, so he's the first one who goes down. The rest of Team RSG is still hanging around the middle. Simulate behind the tower is still being changed anyway. Shadow Bird need to be used on to save his teammates now. Oh, Yopaj stuck here and there. In the Astro steps away.
Barely got out there at the end here. Excellent gonna do another little trip home, as I believe the fire room that left behind, so we can just get right back into the lane. And it's just constant fighting over this mid-tier 1 tower. I feel like they're playing their draft and using this bench so effectively with the Willow.
Alright.
Excellent.
Going on once again, but the running out of mana from Warlock, so Scam doesn't do much, just doing some normal attack. They simulate once again, and Astro steps away. Why they want this mid-tier 1 tower so bad? Oh, are there any reason behind they want this early?
It's definitely the most important tower. It just kind of opens up the map a bit. Like, it's so easy to go into the enemy jungle. It gives you just so much map control when you take the tier 1 mid especially. Because you can easily access the enemy triangle, the enemy main jungle. Puts a lot of pressure onto your opponents when you can take that tier 1 mid early.
Survive again. Unbelievable. He was like, he didn't even add in Peters. He went for Nature's Attendant too, and also the Enchant.
They're back. They're coming for this mid tier 1. These supports have just been camping mid. And I think the other big thing is they want to play around the Ember, who's just so strong right now. This time, Rogers isn't it calling some big got the damage. Surely this time.
Definitely going to be enough damage this time. That's everything on him. And Resonant Pulse now. Excellent, looking for revenge. Taking down that team, killing spree already for Bon. Totally different game. The last one.
I think the big thing with this mid lane is Ember's just got that extra mobility compared to the Void Spirit. So he's been able to control his runes better. He's just been able to be more efficient as far as, you know, we've seen twice now he TPs back to base with his remnants in lane. So he can just, you know, after fighting, he just resets and he's ready to fight again.
Yeah. That feature just makes the heroes so fast scaling in the middle game and late game.
This mid lane is also just constant 3v3. I'm waiting for these courses drop. Like Mars is kind of quietly just been farming bottom. There's a potential Mars arena, you know, come into play.
Where are you going?
Okay, simulate. The timing was good. Dodge the mate. Alright.
More poke damage on the tower. Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like just constantly like death by 1,000 cuts for this tower. The Enchantress is constantly getting these pokes in. One more enchanted creep may get the job done. Excelern's coming. He's gonna force this. They don't care if it gets denied. It does get denied. Nicely done by Yopaj. But the important thing is it goes down.
Yes.
Okay,
Now there goes.
He's got a solo kill. 1v2, I think.
2 to 7 game score, ladies and gentlemen. RSG is on their way back in the series. At the early mid-tier 1 towers, opening up so many routes. And look at that. This is the first smoke of the game by the Boom. Looks like gonna be a Void Spirit and Warlock together. Where they going? Top, isn't it?
You know, Enrage is on cooldown still for a bit longer. Use that one to get that kill up before.
Oh, here we go on top lane to simulate. Hold it up and Fatal Bond. Team fish MKS off.
KS wasn't ready for it with the Enrage down. That's a smart move from Boom, I think. Just, you know, after the Ursa gets the kill, Enrage is down. They know there's a very small window where they can hunt him down. If they ever find him, it's going to be a guaranteed kill.
So I was like, how did teams get the kill? He wasn't even there. Oh yeah, he should have.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And Rogers onto the next tower. This is, I think, where Enchantress can really shine in the current patches when you just constantly, you know, you're great at securing your carry's lane, but then you're also really good at pressuring these early T1s with the leveled up enchant.
I think top lane something big about to happen. KS is back to the lane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Excellent. Bon is also here, but Boom Esports ready it out.
Decent job securing MKS a good game. The only one who's really doing well on the Boom side has been this lifesteal, which is why I felt like, you know, this is kind of one of those games where, God, he's chasing him down.
Dire's middle tower is
get
under
the
attack.
swashbuckle if he needs it, but yeah, this game is really on Jackie in many ways.
Yeah, the bottom lane, a big fight happening. Siren of Blood and a hook shot locked down on 2.
Oh, they turn it.
Double kill for Skim this one. Must be the Fatal Bond.
Yeah, they kind of forced it a bit too much, and then Lifesteal comes in with a nice infest to heal up as well. Just a bit too over-aggressive. RSG, considering they only had 2 heroes there diving that deep. Perhaps Zhao Yu on the Mars, like, he's had a very quiet game, which often, like, as an offlaner, if you're just kind of, you know, farming too much and not getting in on the action, you see your team, you know, fighting lots mid, then your Enchantress comes bottom, takes tower. Someone's probably thinking, like, you know, it's 15 minutes and I haven't used Arena. So I think he just kind of forced it a bit because of how, you know, uneventful this game has been for him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, here lane. And Yopaj was brought down by Excellent and his assistant.
Yeah, that's the Zhao Bonbon Dark Willow. He's a bit of a specialist and lands the terrorize into the Bedlam there, and with the help of course, the Ember setting it up too. Very well executed.
Yeah, it feels like the heroes of Team RSG are so synced up to each other. But hey, can they just run away from this gang? Hook shot, reassault, scratch by the Lifestealer. Oh, Lifestealer damage is just too much for Enchantress.
Disarm lane. Unfortunately, not like there's this like really scary strong life steal time. It's always just this hero that is hard to bring down and kill. Playing Yopaj. Not having the easiest time on this Void Spirit. It feels like every time he goes to a lane to farm or shows himself, he's being ran at, he's being constantly sleight of fisted. The Willow just seems to be, his job for Xiao Bonbon seems to be chase this Void Spirit around the map. He talked about part of the reason he loves playing Willow is against these Spirit heroes, and he wants to make sure that his hero is positioned on the same part of the map where Void Spirit is.
Yeah, that's true. The presence of Xiao Bonbon is very, very crucial on this one. With all the mates and stuff to stop them. And RSG decided to attack on Boom Esports with the smoke. They cut through the other wards, and now they got the Warlock on the back line. Definitely gonna be go down Warlock right there. Rage is still there for Lifestealer if they wanna get out of the hard situations here. There fight happening at the triangle. It looks like Boom Esports just not ready now. They need more items on the course.
Yeah, it feels like, especially on the Pango, having like a Blink Dagger or something to be a bit more of an initiator. Yeah, this time it was them who had that weak off lane, like the double melee. They couldn't really play the lane. They couldn't really contest Ursa at all. And Kim's playing this Clockwork with a Clockwork plus Pango lane has not felt all too effective. Both teams going for these Pango off lanes with weak fours, and feels like it's been very costly.
All right.
Being scouted at Roshan, Rocket Flare sees him. They want to contest. They're a little bit too far.
Great positioning, yes. The two heroes of Team Boom Esports being camped down first by RSG. They got the Aegis. They got 2 kills on the important hero as well. Yopaj. I would say that this game is a bit too passive for him.
Yeah, he just keeps getting owned by this Dark Willow plus Ember combo. They just keep two-man killing him. This Searing Chains into Terrorize. Every single time he tries to make a move, it feels like they're ready for him. I mean, it's hard. Once you get caught in a Slight plus Searing Chains, the Terrorize comes out. There's a, Bedlam gives you damage if needed. And that's now, I think, like twice in the last 3 or 4 minutes where he's just died in the exact same way. And you can't blame, he sees Roach going, he's like, oh, I got to get over there and, do spirit things, contest it, make a play, but it just feels like a game where he doesn't have that good hero to make plays around on his team just yet.
Yeah, it feels like RSG is more chill in the game than Boom this one. Like in the Roshan fight just now, it was Boom rushing in without any trying to spot where the rest of RSG is. Are they all inside the Roshan pit or somebody camp us? So yeah. They're down 2 and lost the Aegis too. That's a pretty big loss. And right now, RSG planning something up. Mars is down at the bottom lane, dealing with the FBC. Rolling Thunder, but it's about to go up. So be careful. Okay, hook shot inside. And what are they gonna do? Dropping a golem and also the fatal ball here. And I'll get rid of Xiao first. The rest of RSG also being chased down. Make a kill. Xiao Bonbon fish on the teams. There we go, Rocha. Okay.
Not a bad fight. I mean, does cost him some big ultis. Rolling Thunder, not the longest, but the Warlock ulti. Great Warlock rock plus the Fatal Bonds doing some good damage there. But we can see here, like, when they fight, they have to bring this Lifestealer in. He's their strongest hero. He's had the best game. Yopaj just isn't farmed enough to do, like, damage himself as a Void Spirit. He's got the Yule, so he's he's a good setup. He's a good control. He's hard to kill and lock down if they can't land that Searing Chains Willow combo. But they need Lifestealer to be the one in the game. Like last game, Jackie had it easy. He could just AFK farm, get carried kind of like. I mean, it wasn't even that was getting carried because he was playing forward. It was just like he didn't have to do anything. This game, he has to do everything. This game is all up to him. So it's kind of a nice story where he plays the same heroes 2 times in a row and has an easy game, and now he's got an incredibly hard game to win.
Yes, his teammate be like, hey bro, you're chief now.
Yeah.
Chief, get in.
The tool to teach.
So, definitely gonna be a hard work for him, but this is the true test. Carries he's always stay here.
This
Stand up
is why they
that.
call me.
Okay, Roger.
Yeah, he's starting to. These deaths are starting to add up a little bit. Like Yopaj can't find many kills on the map. The one that he can keep finding is this Enchantress. It does feel like maybe Roger playing a little bit too aggressive on some parts of the map, or at least I just feel like with how well this game's been going. Okay, yes, holds its ground, turns and fights, but
is he ready to fight toe-to-toe against Ursa now? Jack boy?
Sort of, I mean, for now, like the halberd enables it. I think because Ursa has this, like the battle fury, like he's not actually the best 1v1 fighter right now. See the odds there favoring RSG to take game 2. But here's this Ember kill, that could change the equation a bit.
Yes, great setup by the Yopaj going in, but he also sacrificed his life for that. Killing spree, his killing spree gone too. Fatal Bond's already connected up now. The damage dealer needs to go in. Look at the damage on the Fatal Bond. Oh my goodness, and Bond, Fatal Bond. Here we go, the fight is not even done just yet. But all the calls are dropping one by one for RSG. 2 for 2. Guys, fight very near. Here we go with the Duke Crash, trying to stop that Roger. Everything. Killing spree already for Jack Boys. Just like you mentioned, God, this is his turn. This is his turn.
It's his turn to show up in a great fight for FBZ here. His Pango just doing a ton of great control in that fight. And once you start things off with an Ember kill, the fight just feels so nice to take. You can, you know, you're playing an Ursa, you just got to kite this hero, which is where you've got the halberd, you've got, you know, things like Clockwork Cogs, you've got Pangolier who can disarm and just be annoying in a fight. They've got plenty of ways to kite the Ursa, so I think the Ursa really relies a lot on either the Ember being alive or Mars hitting arena spears to dish out damage, and once Ember got taken out, that fight looked really good for Boom. They're still behind, but that's kind of the, you know, small sign of maybe how things can go in these team fights if Boom execute well.
Yeah, and I see Excellent queued up some items. Do you think he's gonna skip Icon Scepter for the BKB first?
Definitely think, I mean, this is, you just got to go BKB, I think, in games like this. It doesn't help against the Lifestealer, but against everyone else. Yeah, he had the point boost. Yeah, I think he's going to look back and be like, that was a mistake. He could almost have his BKB completed. Oh, they put it. He's having some arm.
Inside Arena of Blood, he's trying so hard to stall and waiting for his teammates. Now moving in for MKX on the BKB as well. A double kill on Skim and Tims. He's on the run. They're trying to chase all the court. The Simonet's gonna come out. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to fight toe to toe, pound to pound. Dropping some golem, and here we go with a Fatal Bond. This is dangerous situation. It turns from bad to good for Boom. They're just gonna chase for now. The rest of Team RSG, what they're gonna do? Make decision. Okay, Ember sprint probably quite low. The Ember sprint fire remnant here isn't there. Can he get away from there? Yes, he can. Fatal Bond is still on. Keep that in mind, but hey, the fight, I think the fight stalled too long for people. They're running out of mana, they're running out of HP, and the first one to go down after this long fight is DPC. Oh my.
Jackie's finally down. Ursa finally managed to chew his way through the Lifestealer. All these pesky halberds usage getting constantly thrown out at him, but eventually just enough stacks and Fury swipes building up, and
Radiant's middle tower is
Jackie
under
just
attack.
couldn't do. I mean, he honestly played that fight so well, but I think finally we saw what RSG can do. Just, you know, they themselves have to kite and play around the Lifestealer Rage especially, and they just did a great job of it, just out-sustaining and utilizing that Ursa BKB to great effect. He was just able to kind of frontline go in, allow Excellent to just have a really good team fight by soaking up all the attention on himself. And Ursa could be in some trouble. Yeah, BKB though.
Back out of BKB, yes, for that. Oh no! Yopaj! I thought he's killing the Ursa Warrior. Next thing I know, he was slapped down. Oh man, look at that. MK is swiping like an iPhone. But he also gets wiped down as well. Jack Boy moving into the scene. Here we go with an Purple Maze. And Rolling Thunder setting up some tempo for the Lifestealer. Now he's coming out. And they fight now. Impetus started to doing a well damage on the heroes. And gonna waste a lot of time trying to take down that Roger. Man. And I think the main problem of Boom right now is the Yopaj need to step up to be another damage dealer.
Yeah.
Life dealer alone, you see how torture it is. He has to move in and try to just get an attack on anyone.
Yeah, at least like historically, Lifestealer carry, you don't want to play this carry without any other heroes that scale well in your team. And Void Spirit kind of can scale, but when you're behind and playing against these heroes, he's going full utility, like heals, Acceptor. Like, I don't see this Void Spirit really dishing out tons of single target damage to really threaten kills, but he's going to have a lot of disable and lockdown. Probably BKBs are going to be a really good answer for this one.
Alright. Excellent. That voice. More like saying hi. I rip that away in the at the bottom lane. Oh, the big fight happening at the bottom. It's like Yopaj. Oh, first. Then this one is going to be half a boom. I think they might have to retreat.
Got the support kill. He's got no rage here. Without the,
still got a golem.
I think the arena was used to kill the Void Spirit, is my guess. So they may want to fight with no arena.
That's not good. Got to do the golem on himself in order to release the ultimate, so that they were forced to just retreat. I think the rest of the team will need to fall back inside the base. Yeah.
Tim's, get me out. Nice. Give me a target to hook to, and RSG capitalize. Yeah, there's just been so much control for Yopaj. He's kind of being picked off every, to start all these fights, whether it's the Blink Mars, the Ember Searing Chains, the Terrorize. Yabonbon did have to throw away his life to get the kill, but that's your job as support. You're playing 4th position. If you have to die to kill the enemy mid, well worth it.
Yes. And that is the escape item build of the Yopaj too, still getting picked off.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Like you say, I think the BKB is the best answer to that. Might have to skip the kill on the other items. But we'll see. Alright, looks like Boom looking to attack in the dire NC with a hook chop in. Oh, decent damage. First one falls is Yabonbon. The rest of the players of RSG is hanging around the Radiant NC. They might meet at a river at the middle of the map. Yeah, I think both sides are trying to secure the visions around the Rochan area.
Oh, Boom. Are they going to go for this one? That'd be very risky. I think they need to clear out their jungle. RSG's in the neighborhood. Incoming! Still 20 seconds without Yabonbon's Dark Willow. He's a pretty key part of the teamfight for RSG. I like that he's becoming like the #1 target. I think he's actually the biggest problem for heroes like Void Spirit. You kill this Willow and Void Spirit, it gets so much easier team fight.
True. All the maze, all the lockdowns, and also the terrorites. Okay. Are they grouping up first? 5, do a smoke right in the middle. I think they want to attack. But who are they going to send in first? Mars?
Yeah, I think Mars, maybe Willow with the Yule Scepter, but who are they going to find here? Easy would be a nice find if they can get him before he blinks.
Oh. That was so close.
Yeah.
17 to 23 game score, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to hit the half an hour game. I think this one could be long one. Alright. In the Rumble Maze, and here we go with a Rolling Thunder into the middle. Look who aiming. Oh, okay, Light Dealer. Release the Light Dealer comes out. And the first one for is Scam. Here we go with a Rolling Thunder. They simulate to add up more damage. And they got a pretty good spot for Team Boom. They fight at the stairs, and they got the high ground and sees everything. Even Excellent also that. Such a bad location to fight for Team RSG. Rotor falls, and that's what they are waiting for Team Boom Esports. They're gonna take down the Meteor Tower and get the Aegis at the additional price.
Yeah. They lost their Warlock, but Warlock will even have his ultimate when he respawns there. They kind of got baited, I think, with the Pengo, thinking maybe the Terrorizer is going to hit the Pengo, but Pengo utilizing the shard to just help keep himself alive with the roll-up.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big part of it. Is like the Willow thinks, you've maybe caught somebody, but with the shard, you can always get that little bit of magic immunity to allow you, basically he dodged Terrorize. That was the big part of that fight.
Roll up. Oh my. Wow. That's going to be a big turnaround in this game. I think that the graph will swing back toward Boom from now, and that will surely give them confidence into their heroes lineup. I believe that in the early game there might be some doubt in the mind that, hey, if our lineup not match with RSG? Why the early game was so hard for us? Yeah, I think they got a lot of confidence on that, and the Void Spirit started to add some damage to the fight now. And gonna go for one more. Very ready. RSG got all the ultimates open up. From the lower ground, now chasing for that team. He used the hook shot on his teammate and going in. That's not a good fight once again for RSG. It's just like they're getting baited. And a perfect timing moving in with a rolling thunder. They see me rolling. They head in. Okay, that boys got on that rotor too. Killing spree, that boys.
So Tim's, when he can get items and make plays, is always a treat to watch. He's, you know, a tiny bit out of position, but because he's got these items, he can kind of bait them in and sets everything up for FBZ to get the counter initiation, killing the Mars and chasing down the Enchantress. Lifestealer getting to play with the spider legs now is an amazing, helpful item to have. Like that just helps him not get kited, as we've seen so many of these fights that have felt really rough for him.
You're too kind.
Here we go, another big smoke with the Lifestealer carrying an Aegis. Destination. Yeah, that's a key. Talbot boy, key heroes in teamfight being brought down. So I think they might grab this opportunity to just pressure the mid tier 2 tower or even high ground on top. But hey, at the bottom lane, that high ground being pressured by Excellent too.
It's just an Ember though, so you can kind of shrug it off.
Yep. Pin it down, Lifestealer holding on an Aegis, waiting for his fortresses to come in.
Yeah. Forts was a bit far away, but I think with the Aegis and, you know, being a Lifestealer, he wasn't really ever in too much danger there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I hate playing against Ember Spirits in late game because he was everywhere with the Fire Remnant, high mobility, and the creep wave management are just too good.
Once he gets this accepted, then you've got even more remnants to worry about.
Is under attack.
Okay, with the benefit of having Aegis, take down all the towers you want. Now move to the bottom lane, but Ember will be there first to push the creep wave towards the base.
You know, it's just an Ember still. That's why last time when this was happening, they kind of just ignored him and forced the high ground, because like an Ember alone is going to destroy your base, but they're not playing this pick off if possible.
That's a slight twist.
Radiant are scanning.
Searing chains, Fire Remnants away.
Nullifier complete for Lifestealer. Danger side, that's going to give him a lot more kill threat this game.
Plus 80 damage. Nullify, dispel the target, and apply the debuff for 5 seconds. Late. 1.5 minutes to go for the Aegis of Jack Boys. So let's see what is that next objective. There is going to be the 2 bottom towers.
I think going high ground's really an option. You know, it's risky. You're better off just, you know, you've just got your way back into this game in terms of the overall gold. I think Boom are going to be feeling like they're ahead, if anything. They don't see the numbers that we see, that they probably think, you know, they know momentum is in their favor. They've taken the Roshan, they've won the last couple of team fights, so they're looking to
actually swing from the 10k down to 1k. Good job on Boom, holding on to the game.
They're favored now. The win probability was 67% for them, so they were definitely pretty big underdogs early. We saw the 188 bet odds, and RSG were heavily favored to win this game at like 15 minutes in with the lead they had, and Boom have just found some great team fights and executed and played this really good kind of baiting style to it. I feel like that's how they've set up all these fights, is just with like someone like Tim's looking at a position and either starting the fight or pulling in RSG to a fight that they don't want to take.
True. Yeah, Tim's scaling his items real good as well. 4-star, arcanes, the pixels, and on to the more armor. 24 game scores. There goes the Aegis. I think they might have to do something, maybe try and it's off.
Yeah, I wonder if
playing it attack.
There we go. Right, even without an Aegis, Boom still want to... I guess they want to use the smoke to maybe get that kind of advantage. It's stay time. They're hoping maybe still find a way to get a sneak and jump on their opponents.
Triangle is going to be a big fight for sure. Now they met at the stairs. They aim to deal the first 2 falls. It's Roger fall. Enchantress gone. No more impedance and all the creeps. All right.
Great use of the halberd. Disarming the Ursa, but instantly RSG going to re-smoke and try and find a way to get initiation. Problem is they're on the low ground, so with Boom's current positioning, it's so hard to use this smoke. Rocket Flare scouts him out though.
Breaks out. Here we go with the
rage
spear, but he
reaction.
missed it because of the rage reaction. Inhuman reaction from the life stealer. All right, all the ultimates they have for RSG if they want to commit the fight, but looks like they're gonna retreat and make it safe at the high ground.
Gonna give this one up. Even just a 5-position Enchantress, it's more the vision and positioning where Boom camping that high ground with a ward. They're always gonna be able to get the jump on the key targets they want, and playing with a Pangolier, if you can see your enemy and they can't see you, it feels so nice to be able to always Rolling Thunder blink in and chain stun somebody to death.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's time to go up, ladies and gentlemen. Knocking on the RSG door for the first time in this game. Jack Boys is in front. The second layer is gonna be FBC. He's ready to just dump in Rolling Thunder in order to save the cores and setting up some kills. Power about to go down. They're gonna do something. The rage once again. The Dota Spears of Mars going in. They simulate. The second row goes in, and now he come out immediately. It seems like they are happy with the tower damage.
Such a tough defense. Like, they keep trying to get this Blink Spear onto a Lifestealer who, you know, Jackie has been on point with his rages, either pre-casting it, knowing that Mars is going in, or just reacting. We've seen both, and Jackie has been on point as far as, like, he gets speared in, he might not die. Oh, all that thought.
Here we go with the Rolling Thunder. Not a good location again for Team RSG to fight here. Need to turn on the BKB. Zhao Yu. And he's setting up the Arena of Blood properly. Now drop the Golem first, and the Rolling Thunder, all the mixed spells started to come out. Life Stealer also come out and release the Life Stealer. Oh my, Arena of Blood actually killed teams inside. It's 2 down for Team Boom Esports. Looks to be a great trade for Team RSG. Skim down. Huh? Oh.
Yeah, Ursa just coming alive with a completed MKB. Keep some of these heroes alive, and Ember just constant slight spam, searing chains, combo after combo, and they kind of just got a better jumper once there. It's a fight that I felt like Boom weren't ready for in many ways, even though they were the ones who've been looking for a fight for quite some time. MKS now 25 on Ursa. He's an absolute beast.
Under attack.
We're gonna really see this Lifestealer versus Ursa matchup tested, and it's definitely not one that Lifestealers generally feel great about. Got the evasion talent, which is a big part of why Ursa's gone for this MKB, but you just can't rely on the evasion from both your talent and the halberd anymore as much when Ursa's itemized this way.
Looks like the power of Enchantress in the team fight are drying out a bit, because even though they lost the Enchantress first in the guys wise, needed 2 minutes to pull out and win eventually.
Yep. Enchantress is trying to, like, you know, be a semi-core, even though it's 5 Enchantress, but she's got some kind of more core type items with the Hurricane Pipe and stuff. There's not really any other way to itemize, like, there's no, like, utility items that feel great or that useful in Enchantress.
Oh, speed.
Nice.
Spears, the fake one now. So finding Rolling Thunder, he needs to clear all the back line. And a couple of stuns on the Zhao Yu, easy to take him down. Next one gonna be Rosa, they lost 2. This is what a big fight right just now. And then coming in too deep, a little bit too careless. And yeah, was countered back with 2 kills.
Yeah, Tim's and FBZ just doing a perfect job chain stunning heroes. Like, this Mars is thinking he's got the safety and protection of a BKB, but we've seen a few fights now where he gets gone on by a Rolling Thunder, there's a hook shot or some other follow-up stuns, and it can just be enough. And winning that fight at the perfect time to maybe go for Roshan here. They want more. Have an idea of maybe where Ursa is here, but they also want to take away the output before going Roche, because now if these heroes buy back, they can't keep being the Roche.
All right, let's see if it's gonna be worth a buyback or not. Currently a rolling thunder, and the only one stuck inside arena of blood seems to be Clockwork. He's setting up a whole cox and running away. And here we go, it's time for the voice sprint. Goes in with the knees, damn it, almost got 2 kills. And look at that, MKS about to go down. He man fighting on the life stealer, but he knows that he can't. Voice spirit dancing in the voice spirit song. Man, he's here, there, showing some footwork steps. Roger gonna be the next one. He was targeted by that boys. FBC with now rolling thunder, clearing all the back line. Looking very good. The simulate comes out. Xiaobon Bond stays inside the 3 line. Oh, Enchantress. And now Xiao Yu running out buyback too, and there goes Xiao Yu. 100 seconds. Perfect opportunity to take down the edges and goes up to the high ground.
That's so huge. You win the fight, they fight back. Usually it's like you take this fight around the Roshan, particularly when they had control their outposts. They use 4 buybacks. You don't buy back to, you know, go even on a fight. You're buying back to try and turn the fight, win it, and then get Roshan for yourselves. But Boom were just so good at not losing the key heroes, disengaging, then re-engaging, playing around these cooldowns so well. And again, it's the team fight control that heroes like Clockwork and Penga bring to the table. They're able just to always have that threat of a chain stun on heroes that, you know, are an RSG. You go to BKB, you can't always entirely rely on it.
And I think right now the main problem of Team RSG is Yopaj. I mean, he might seem powerless in the early game, but right now, the way that he dances in and dances out of the team fight is just causing too many problems. They have too many things, too many skills to be aware of for Team RSG. All the dissimulate are starting to get hurt.
They're going to start threatening this high ground now with the siege wagon.
It's
go time for Boom. They've managed to well and truly turn this one around into their favor now. No buyback on either of those 2 heroes. Something Boom are fully aware of. Those buybacks were just used in the last fight. They can see it in the kill log. If they push enter, and they are just going to get a Rax for free in mid and potentially even get some good work done up top with the double siege wagon. This may be 2 full lanes.
What a swing, man. What a swing. From 10k ahead to down 17k for Team RSG. Okay, but they're still trying on. Setting up the problem eggs, they might can, but keep in mind though, but the other team got ages and the cheats, so be careful. Here we go, slide of flips, they're rolling thunder. Shot for Ursa Warrior, setting up the kill, and also the hook shots in, lock everyone down in the problem cost. Ursa Warrior gone with no buyback for 2 minutes. Or are we reaching to the end of the series? Are we?
Could be without Ursa. With a great spear into the throne.
Okay, to the throne and now to the tier 4 towers. He will be back for the second life.
Vexler needs to get out here.
Radiant's
he lives. Oh no, he doesn't live. Oh, his remnant was, they were waiting for him.
Oh, once he touched down, yeah, he gone. 2 minutes as well. Man, this simulator is also gonna hurt like hell. Oh my. Everyone in Team RSG being pushed back to the 1000. Looks like Boom Esports is looking to secure this game and also this series, this match. One of the most important match in the DPCC ended with Boom Esports victory 2-0 against RSG.
Oh, RSG, you know, they were getting so close to the major that